Step by step, I've walked 100 miles and
We've been doing, I'd say, Reglone in canola for about the last at least half dozen years. And the adoption rate has been quite slow, but every farm that does it continues to use it year after year. It's like they do it once, they like it because of the harvestability benefits. The value proposition, or the reason a guy would use Reglone or dicot in canola, is to get the plant material dry so that you can get the crop off. It gives you more combine hours, it gives you faster combining. If you get a rain during harvest, you'll get back into the field faster. I'm going to demonstrate why. Maybe just a short way to explain how Reglone works and why it works so quickly is the dicot molecule disrupts plant cell membranes. That's the thing that surrounds each plant cell where the cytoplasm and all the water is held. A product like glyphosate, like Roundup, what it does is it actually causes the plant to starve. It just dies by starving. And so it takes a long time for it to desiccate, to dry down. It really doesn't disrupt the cell membrane. Roundup causes the plant to starve and the water slowly leaks out. And it's kind of like taking a little pen and then you just kind of poke it. It explodes a little bit. It leaks out slowly like that. Okay? It takes a long time for the water to exit the plant, which is why it takes longer for that field to be ready to combine. But with dicot or with Reglone, the way it works is it actually ruptures the entire cell membrane. So if you imagine this being a plant cell and the outside of the plastic is a cell membrane, what dicot does, what Reglone does, the active ingredient does, is it actually ruptures the whole plant cell and the water leaks out almost immediately, which is why it works better. So it'd be more like taking this 8-inch blade and going, and it leaks out almost immediately. So the crop is ready. And I heard a comment earlier that if you use dicot or Reglone and canola, you gotta be ready to go. It was Curtis that said that, because the crop gets ready quick. Depending on how quickly, all that's left when you leak all the water out is now it just has to dry. So you need good weather for it to dry afterwards, but it just has to dry. And you're ready to go combine, and you'll get in there faster. You'll combine longer into the evening. If you take a rain, you'll be back in the field. I'm covered in water here, but you'll be back in there quicker and you can get through it quicker. And so the guys that use it, they use it to harvest or to manage their fields. They might do 500 or 600 acres at a time, keep up, then order the plane for the next 600 acres and just use that to manage their harvest. And so I wanted to give that demonstration of why it works differently. It doesn't actually kill the plant, it's not a herbicide, but it disrupts the plant cell membranes. So the plant has to be fully mature for it to work properly. Because the plant that's not fully mature, that's still actively growing, the new growing point would actually grow through it, where with Roundup, the advantage is it actually kills the plant because it's starving, whereas with Reglone, it takes plant material that's already mature and causes it to desiccate, meaning lose its water.
With the Reglone, 10 days, you're at the max, you can take it off.
What we see, so we like Reglone. It's probably our #1 go-to desiccant for straight cutting canola, just because we know when we use it, we know what it's doing to the plant. It's drying it down, and we know that we can go combine in a week, 10 days later, depending on the conditions. So it's really taken to be the #1 for what we recommend. Just, it took a while to catch on. Obviously, everyone was kind of skeptical. We've seen it in peas, we've seen the regrowth, and we were really worried about it in canola. But unlike peas, canola is not determinate growth. So we know that it's indeterminate. When we spray it, we know that that plant's done. And so that's the biggest thing that we've learned with canola, spraying Reglone. Just, you can't spray green, it's not a herbicide. It won't go and kill. It won't shut down green canola. So if you wait and you're patient and you wait for that 80 to 90% seed color change at the earliest or sorry, I should say at the latest stages. So the low spots, go look at them, and you do a good job with Reglone, you'll be combine in a week to 10 days later with a lot less issues than we've seen with competitive products or even straight glyphosate.
I'm kind of new to the Reglone game on canola. I've used Reglone before and sold Reglone before on pulses. Found it always worked really well if you use it the way it's designed to be used. I really enjoy having a nice dry crop go through the combine. It's a lot less stress, and the acres per hour have always been really good. So last year I started thinking of doing it on canola ground. For the first time I sprayed Reglone by air on my canola, and I was very impressed with the results. I don't know if it was the year or the variety or the conditions, but it was a huge success in my opinion as far as productivity, moisture content, sample quality, everything that you'd want with a good canola crop is what I ended up seeing out there. And yeah, very happy, very happy. Intend on using Reglone again for sure as a harvest dry down product. Totally different concept in what you're doing. Like swathing, you're cutting the field maybe 3 weeks before you normally would spray with Reglone, because you can spray at 60% seed color change. You do that, and then you let the swath cure, is what they call it in the swath, for 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, and then it's ready to harvest. With the beauty with the Reglone concept is that you leave the canola stand, so all the little seeds have ample time to fill. It's almost dead ripe. You almost think it's ready to go in, time to go in there and spray the Reglone, and that's when you actually spray it, like when, you know, before it would be ready to harvest.
And the moral of the story, never bring a pen to a knife fight.